Welcome to the Engineer Construction Lecture Hub, and I hope you're doing great. All right, today I want to talk about setting out of building. Okay, setting out of building. We are looking at setting out of building. Okay, setting out of building. And today we are considering the use of a theodolite. Okay, a theodolite, or what we refer to as total station slash total station. Okay, now our primary objective of setting out is for us to establish the four coordinates. Okay, the four coordinates. Now these four coordinates is where our building is expected to be positioned. Okay, our building is supposed to be positioned inside of these established points. Okay, so now for us to use our total station, we must have set it up, ensure that everything is in order in terms of setting of the instrument. So what you do is, first and foremost, you can draw reference from an existing point, okay, of that the boundaries of that building. Okay, from the beacon you can draw reference from that point, to establish this first point. Now when you do that, okay, because when you're using your total station, you must draw reference from a benchmark, okay, from an established station. Okay, so when you reference it into the space where you intend to carry out the construction, so assuming you have taken reference from this point, okay, let's say this is the point. All right, now you have taken the reference to this point. Now once you have established this point, what you need to do is to position your theodolite. Okay, this is the tripod. Let's assume this is the tripod. Okay, now the instrument, you must ensure that the plumb ball is vertically, pointing at this center point. Okay, that is what you do during the setting up of this instrument. Okay, so it must be pointing directly on this nail, the top of this nail at the middle of this peg. Okay, this is a peg. So once you have established this, then you run your coordinates. Okay, this is the coordinate. Get the vertical, okay, the 90 degrees from this point. So you establish this point from this point. Okay, so you now move this total station. You can be here and establish this other point here using the distance. You can use the distance to establish this point as well as the coordinate. Okay, you can use it to establish this point. Then from this point you can establish this point. Okay, so once you have established this 4 point from here, okay, you insert your pegs and your nails. Okay, once you establish this point, you insert your peg, introduce a nail at that point. Okay, then you establish this point, insert a nail, you establish this point, insert a nail. Now once you have done that, you have established the 4 coordinates. So what you now do is to use your rope and tie at this point. You tie it to this point, you tie it to this point, you tie it to this point, and then you close up. Now when you have done that, you have succeeded in carrying out your setting out of the building. Okay, then in some cases we can also use lesser beam instrument. Okay, lesser beam instrument is also a surveying instrument that enables you run a beam, okay, a beam of light at 90 degrees to establish this 4 point. But the difference here is that this one, once you establish this first point, you move this instrument to this other point to establish this point. Then once you establish this point, you move the instrument to this point to establish this other point. So that is how your lesser beam instrument works in setting out of our building. So I'm going to stop here for today. Basically, this is how we're expected to do our setting out using our Theodolite total station or our lesser beam instrument for setting out of our building. So I'm going to stop here for today. Please do well to like this video, share, comment, and if this is the first time you're coming across my video, do well to follow my page for more useful updates. Thank you very much, and do have a lovely day. Thank you.